Instagram. This is Toyin Umesiri, just bringing my fresh updates. I just completed my week. So every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Central Time, that's Chicago time. I always host like leaders and business leaders and policymakers, government, and interesting people, innovators, agriculture experts. Like I actually have speakers lined up into April already. So it's just another way of leveraging digital to keep people updated. So every Tuesday, if you're not following me on other platforms, I always host a live show and we broadcast live. And today I just had my good friend Clint from my back when I was still in Walmart. We go way, way back, and we talked about the U.S. retail landscape and international trade and the impact of COVID and what that landscape looks like. And the reason I covered that topic, right, it's two-sided. Yes, I'm part of the retail landscape. Like it's a natural fit for me. But one of the reasons why it's also important for this community of international trade, especially those in Africa that wish to sell, is I keep seeing this desire to expand, to go global, without an understanding that landscape is the most sophisticated, advanced landscape in the world. Like, you need to go and read books. like you need to go back, and that's why I've been teaching people. Like, I know what you're asking for. I understand what you're needing. Yes, you want to export. Yes, you want to go global. I know, I hear you, but do you know what you're asking for? Do you know what it takes? Do you know how dynamic it is? I've come from there. I used to manage global sourcing and merchandising apparel for US supply chain. The opportunities exist, but, that's what I'm trying to get people to see, the quality requirements, the volume, the factory certification, the standardization, on and on and on. Are you ready for that work? Right? So I keep seeing that in this community where we're like, yes, I'm ready. I'm like, that's how it's the arrogant pride side of us says we're ready. But we're not doing the work. We're not preparing. We're not showing up. You're like, I'm ready, but oh gosh. So that gets me anyway. So today I had my amazing expert. He has over $100 million under his portfolio of what he handles in the back end supply chain. I was like, Clint, I need you to talk to these people. Like, I'm telling them they are not listening to me. Like, they are not listening to me. Please use your mouth and tell these people retail US is not chicken and chips. I'm trying to just be funny here. It's not biscuits and butter. It's not grits. It's real grinding, like the sophistication of retail. And again, I don't know what else I can do. I keep educating. That's why I've started the trade community. Next Friday, I'm teaching business development in the agriculture supply chain. Like, what does it take to move products from the farm to the shelf? Like, this is the work we have to do, guys. Like, this work is so important. Like, you can't skip it. Like, just saying, hey, I have something to, like, you can't skip it. So my focus is now, how do we mature? Start where you are. See where you want to go, but do the work. Like, you have to commit, you have to invest, you have to grow before you can go global and compete. Like, that global landscape, that regional landscape that we all want to get to, it's like, I always think of this scripture, like you're working with mere men and you're complaining, are you ready to run the race with the horses? Like, kind of, I'm paraphrasing. That's what I tell people, like, whatever you're going through now, and as a business owner, whatever you're selling, you have to brace up. You have to brace up. You have to partner. You have to listen. You have to engage, because where you want to get to, yeah, breaking news, it ain't that easy. But people don't want to hear that. So maybe that's where I need advice. Like, how else can you break this news that the most sophisticated supply chain in the world, if you want to break into it, there are things you have to do, like standards and requirements and collaboration. We also talked about it today, like networking, like how strong is your network. Clint is a master networker, just like myself. And I was like, Clint, you need to tell the audience, like, I know this, I'm practicing it. But within the world we come from, it's osmosis. You have to be in the right network. You have to be in the know. Like, people have to work for you. You have to work for people. Like, that's the way you're like, I need this, they send it to you. They need this. Like, you have to have this open channel, this mindset of abundance. Like this mindset of my network is your network is my network. We can collaborate, we can work. Like, that's how innovation happens. But again, in certain community, I see people hiding and, they're in their rooms. Nobody knows them and they don't know anybody. They're like, I'm going global. Nope. You're not even local. You're your bedroom. Like you're there. So I told Clint, please tell them the power of a network in global trade. You're only as effective as the network you're building. Like, if nobody knows you in that world, you don't exist in that world. Like, it's like market. You're not in the game. You're not even in that market. Like, you're not there. People don't see you, right? Well, it's a C. It's oh, hey. I see you. Funny thing is, like, Clint is a C. On LinkedIn, you can see the video as well. Turns out Clint has actually been watching all the live shows I've been playing, having every week, the last couple of weeks. So even in our conversation, he was like, Tony, yes, that's the conversation you were having with that person in China. And oh, that person. I was like, wow, people are really watching this. Awesome. So yes, it's Clint with C, and he runs Legacy Retail, but he's one of those, people, like, part of why I'm doing this live show is I have access and, to incredible people around the world that gets me excited, and I brainstorm. Even after the show, we spent another 20 minutes offline. We're like, okay, Tony, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? I was like, yes. So it was like, Clint, I really miss our coffee because I no longer live in Arkansas. I now live in Chicago. So it's been 2 years since we sat down to talk. But Clint was one of those people, when I was thinking of leaving corporate, was one of those people saying, I need to talk to you. Let's go to Starbucks, because he was already an entrepreneur by that time, So even after today's call, I was like, Clint, you guys didn't tell me entrepreneurship, it's a different ball game, because he also came from corporate. I believe he worked for Conagra, like big organization before. So he's doing really well. So even after the show, we were talking, and he was giving me some ideas. I was like, yes, let's dive deeper. So I was like, people don't realize the power of a network. The power of a network. Maybe that's what this is all about. You need brilliant people. And one of the things I spoke to him offline, not on record, but offline, I was like, Clint, you and I, where we're coming from, the Northwest Arkansas ecosystem, that's how everybody is. Like, everybody's so super smart. Like, we are like normal. This is the normal type of people in that ecosystem, because these are the most brilliant minds solving for the world's #1 company. Like, you don't get to Northwest Arkansas and just be average. Like, no. Like, Northwest Arkansas has attracted the most brilliant people because they are having global impact, right? This is half a $500 million business, that people don't realize, Fortune 1. So I was telling Clint, I said, you and I, in Northwest Arkansas, we're like, we're having these types of conversation. Like, this is what we eat for breakfast, like supply chain and optimization and, new product introduction and prototyping. Like, that's the conversation we have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, that's like normal, like sustainability, like how can you impact $1 billion business, like transformation, like that's like conversations we have normal. Like, everybody in that region is like, they're brainstorming, they're innovating, they're pushing their things forward, like globally. I said, Clint, when you leave that bubble, like I have done, You step out of that bubble, you're like, people are not having those type of dynamic conversations. So I said I've tried to now start building my own network and bringing those type of conversations to my people. Like, that's why my membership platform, I established it, like we're having conversation, infusing those type of thinking, right? Because when you're solving, if you're solving small, you think small. If you're solving big, you think big, period, right? That's like a tweetable. Depending on what you're solving for, that's really the brain power that you're going after. So if you're solving big, you have to think big, right? One thing I also told him was that if you're building a 2-story building, you build pam, 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 you're done, right? But if you're building a skyscraper that has to go how many 100 stories, your foundation, you dig deeper. And even the time it takes you to build that foundation, somebody has built 5 houses and they've moved on, like 5 2-story buildings, they've moved on. But you are still digging, you're still digging because the infrastructure that will support where you're going as a business leader has to be strong, right? So back to network. If you know you want to reach deeper, to the hands, right? Look at your network. Can your network sustain you? Like, if you need to transform XYZ landscape, can you pick a call? Would they respond to you? The other thing, I know this was supposed to be a short one, but the energy I'm feeling through the room is like, thank you. So that's pulling me in. That's what I get on other platforms. I don't usually get it on Instagram. Like, the hunger is real on other platforms. And when that hunger comes, Toyin starts spitting out. So that's what I'm doing now. In fact, so keep it going. The more questions you ask, the more I can share. So yesterday I was in a women's training seminar, women. And there was a time somebody just said something about network. I was like, yeah, time out. Here's what's going. Okay, the person was the director, Women Business something center, right? It's funded by grants out of US government. And the person was like, oh, there's data that says women's networks are growing more now and men's network are plateauing or something like that. I was like, yeah. It doesn't even matter. Here's what I see women doing. Men, when they build network, they put their network to work. They are not just connecting with people for connecting sake. Men do barter. I don't know if barter. Like, they work for one another. Meaning, when you're in my network, if I call you, and you have what I need, open your hands and deliver it. Because tomorrow, you will call me and you will need me. But I said, for women, we're just acquiring network, but we've not built depth into those networks that network is not working in terms of business opportunities, and we're not leveraging that network to advance each other. So I was like, yeah, women may be growing their network, but they hesitate. Like, there's this hesitation, like, I don't want people to feel. So what are you carrying 100 people for? Like, is it church? Is it not for profit? If you are not for profit, come on, do not for profit. But if you're a businesswoman, you're going to open doors for people. They're going to open doors for you. Like, again, you guys are getting me. This is a different version of Toyin. Like, that's it. Like, so as a woman, right, go for that network. But don't go for vain statistics. I know, like, also, like Instagram, like, that's what, I have 10,000 followers. I have this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, is that network translating for you commercially? That's the challenge, women. We know how to network. We know how to connect heart to heart with people. But what we don't know is monetization. We don't know commercialization of our assets and resources and our reach and our net. Men do it so well. Men that have 1% of your reach, they are squeezing that orange. They are rolling to the bank with that. Just one. They will have maybe an access to a bank. Just one contact to that bank manager. It will translate to. It must translate to commercial opportunities for them. So they're very strategic with who they're bringing into their network. And not only that, how they're showing up for their network. and how their network is showing for them. So I see Juliet, Juice of Flair, you said you are only as effective as the network you build. Yes, yes, yes. You're not going anywhere, really. You're not going, let me put it this way, you're not going beyond yourself if you don't have, like, as far as your network is where you're going. Like, it's almost like, from a network standpoint, even in telecoms. So there are telecoms network. If you have a technology background, you understand it. Telecoms network work that way. It's a highway for data. It's a highway. It's almost like a road network, right? If I want to, I'm just trying to see analogy. So your road network is what you ply and you go, right? That's where data beats 1001, in computer, right? That's how they travel. Our cell phone runs on those ideas as well. And I'm saying your network as a business leader is that highway that your ideas and your business can plow through. Did I say that well? I'm just trying to get you to see. So if your network is not strong, you are like broken bridges. You want to cross the bridge, but there is nobody to help you help you connect to that stakeholder, right? That's what a network is. And again, some have it, but like when I was talking to Clint, and I was like, oh, I launched my product, and Clint had played a role in my product launch. Like, Clint, I need this, he gets it. I need that, he gets it. So even live, I was like, yeah, and I just launched on Amazon. And Clint was like, that phone call. I was like, what did you mean? I didn't understand. So I probed him, and guess what he said? He said, and you didn't call me for help. I was like, Clint, I'm going to call you. That's a blank check. I am calling you. And that's the graciousness, the abundance mindset of even me missing the fact that I have somebody that could make my work easier. He called me out and said, Toyin, you know this is me. Why didn't you tell me to help you? I was like, Clint, I'm sorry. I will call you. I'm going to use you. That's what I'm saying. That's right there. And this is live on record. Like, I just said, oh, I launched my skincare on Amazon. I was like, why you didn't call? I was like, I don't understand. What? Let me dig. So because I tried to understand what people say. Sometimes I was laughing. I was like, no, Clint, I didn't understand what you said. I was like, don't worry, Toy. I was like, no, I really want to understand. Like, what do you mean? He said, well, you launched on Amazon, but you know me, you didn't call. I was like, Clint, I will call you. I will call. And I said, remember years ago, you actually told me about somebody that does magic on Amazon, because here's what's going on with optimization. Just because you launched, and that's what he understood, and he was calling my attention to it. Like, just because you launched, you have to now optimize your presence, and there are some nice things you have to do with your descriptions and all that to increase your volume, your appearance, and all of. And that's what he was like, Toy, you didn't. You're not using me, and you know me, and you know what I do. Like, your blank check, I will use it. And then at the end as well, I was like, Clint, I'm here for you. Like, I'm going to put you, like, I'm putting some things together in my next newsletter. I'll put him there. I was like, hey, take advantage of this. In fact, in our preparation, he had emailed me Sunday, and I was like, Toy, I spent the weekend thinking about what I will share. Is there anything in particular you want me to share? I was like, no, this is going to be great. I'm also thinking about it, but this is what I now said. I said, hey, Clint, think of this as well as a marketing opportunity. So use my platform, say what you're doing. Like, we're working for each other here. I was like, so I'm working for you, you're working for me. That is the power of a network. We all win. We all win. Okay, my dears, please, we all win. We all win. Again, I don't know how to say this, you guys. Maybe some people needed to hear that. Maybe that's why I'm so vocal. I don't know, maybe it's the energy in the air. Because usually I'm like, a word is a word enough for the wise. Like my Yoruba people say, when you say small things, when it gets into a wise person, it will become big. But I'm realizing, no, sometimes you need to bang and say, wake up, people. The world is moving. So maybe that's what I'm doing today. Anyway, women leverage on your network to build capital. Yeah. Like, how else can I say that? Your network is your power. Your network is your influence. Your network is your reach. People that say your network is your network, what? Like your network is your net worth. They mean it. But here's the thing. It's not automatic. You have to convert your networks. Again, let me repeat that. You have to do the work of converting your network into your net worth. Just because you know people doesn't mean it becomes business and commercial opportunities for you. That's the work. Okay, so it's one thing to say, hey, you need to build a network. The next step is, are you optimizing? Like, does it make is it moving you forward, right? Are they moving you forward? Do you have the right people that believe in you, that you believe in them, that if you go to them, they're going to show up for you? I was also listening to a lady, like I was invited to speak, and I was now listening to their last show, and this lady was like, wow, what she was sharing was so dynamic. I hope you guys can see me very well. I have this lighting system here that I usually film my stuff here, but then Instagram is something I'm setting up. So I hope you can see me. I think this is better. Sorry about that. Okay, so she was talking about partnership this morning. That was what I was listening to in the bathroom this morning. Like, I tap into other people's knowledge. So that's also part of network, right? You have to be hungry. So she was talking about the power of partnerships, how to create them. My daughter is rolling in right now. I think she's tired of me being live. Joy, I'm still busy, my dear. Oh, okay, I'll fix it when I'm done. See, this is real life. Thank you, my dear. She's been really patient with me today. So, okay, mommy needs to wrap up. So, anyway, she was talking about partnership and the power of partnerships. And she said something along partnership as you as a person. What partnership are you establishing? And then she also said partnerships that your company, your enterprise is establishing with other companies, so B2B kind of, or B2G. And then she talked about systematic partnership. I've never heard it said that way, so I'm still dissecting that. But it's also part of networking in terms of you cannot partner with people you don't know, and people you don't know cannot partner with you. So how are you showing up for your network is what will translate into partnership. I think that's where I'll just tweak what she said a little bit. Like before you even go into potential partnership, you need to have established network that knows you, sees you, believes in you, and then you say, oh, let's do meaningful work together. Can we work together? Like, I like what you're doing. Let's work together. Like, so the work you're doing, people talk about visibility, right? So one of the ways of building your network also is being visible, right? As you're doing meaningful work and more people are seeing you, they want to be a part of your network. And as they get closer to you, they're like, wow, right? And that's when I think partnership is an extraction, is a benefit of building a network. Boom. I think I just got it. Because I'm always thinking like, wow. So I've just connected what I heard this morning in terms of partnership. You cannot build partnerships if you don't have a network. So it's a reward. It's a reward. Partnership is a reward of building a solid network. See, I just brainstormed in front of everybody here. Juliet, you're saying launch then optimize. Yes. Put in the work to convert your network into your net worth. My dear. I'm just realizing this is real life, right? This is not stuff you read in a book. You experience it, you realize it, that having 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 100 million people, whatever that number is, what men do really well is extracting value, right? Because we're not here to, I told Clint, I'm like, this is not, I'm not here to play, right? Why are we doing all this work? Why are we, when I could be spending time with my kids, right? I would rather just be rolling on the floor and playing and having fun. In fact, I've been doing a lot of reading. Like this month, I'm spending it, just chill, right? To learn and grow and connect with people. So this is great, before we start running again. But anyway, put work to convert your network into your network. Absolutely. Thank you so much. So you cannot partner with people you don't know. Exactly. In fact, you can also say it as we cannot partner with people that are not in our network. Because even if you want to partner, guess what's going to happen? They're going to check you out. They're going to do a background check on you. And even in the investment community, before you even pitch, because you're asking for people's money, you're asking them to trust you, right? They've done their own due diligence. They're like, who knows this person? This person is approaching me, right? Who knows this person? What's their capacity? What's their track record? What's their reputation? Is my money going down the drain? So whether you know it or not, potential partners, potential investors, they're going to do their own work. They're checking you online. They're like, who knows this person? Like, they're like calling people like, who can tell me, undiluted message about this person that is appearing and trying to pitch me, right? So they're still trying to find a way to you behind the scene. Like, do I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who can really vouch for this person, right? One of the things my previous director, one of my very, very trusted leader in corporate used to tell me, said, Toyin, you are interviewing every day. Like, yeah, people are watching you. They're watching how you're showing up. They're interacting with you. Because any of those people you interacted with, you don't know who's going to call them and say, hey, who is Toyin? Right? So for me, I try to show up wherever I am at. And that's why I can tap into this relationship. I keep them like cleans, and others. If you follow my live show, you see that I really believe in getting to know people and also allowing other people to know you. And I think the diaspora community, particularly in the US, we maybe don't do that enough. Meaning we come into our workplaces, we do the work we're being paid for, and then we don't spend time to know our co-workers beyond work, and they don't get to know us. And I think I've done a video before, long time, on this topic of, okay, I did it more as the 360. So I also run the 360 Woman Ministry, which is faith-based and helping women, to live with clarity, passion, and, all of that. So I remember now, it's under that platform I was talking about relationship building, and I was encouraging people to say, even at the office, right? I remember 14 whatever years ago, my manager, I brought him home. I cooked fried rice, plantain. I mean, it was like spicy. I made it for him. Or even when I had my kids, I was doing the traditional naming ceremony. Come and dance. This is how we do our thing. They invited them into my home. Come and see my space. We go for lunch. So I try to find common grounds and expose so that people can feel comfortable with, with who I am, and similarly. And I think out of that is what births all of this network and the work that I do. Like, I try to just get to know them, and then I show up as I am. Like, like when I met, Walmart CEO, I was like, just don't even remember my name. Think of me, I'm the Nigerian, lady. Like, it's part of my identity. I embrace that. Like, the other thing I know I'm talking a lot. Again, this is so unusual, but I don't know who needs it. One of the things that I've done and not done, people may not realize it. I've not lost my accent deliberately. In fact, a lot of people in Africa think I'm in Africa, right? I've had people Ghana say, hey, Tony, and then I tell them I'm in the, I want to meet with you. I'm like, no, I'm not on your time zone. I mean, she goes, yeah, I thought you were here. I'm like, it's by design. I want to still remain relatable, because easily, I can stick my neck out. I'm like, I can do that. But I've been here for over a day. I've done my time in the system, but I never want to divorce myself of my true identity as an African. Like, I don't have to do anything to tell, I don't have to be anything other than myself. So a lot of times, even when I jump on calls, even the people that are not here, they talk, through their nose. I'm like, that's okay. You have to do it with practice, but I'm like, I'm not putting in that time. I'm not. All I want is, as long as you can hear me, you can understand what I'm saying, I can repeat myself if I need to. That's fine. That's fine. Like, I don't have to lose myself in this world. I don't have to be anything other than the powerful African diaspora, African American woman, Nigerian. I embrace my identity, even in networking. Like, if you show up into some rooms and you're trying to be what you're not, they can smell it. Those powerful, they can smell. They can smell your authenticity, your transparency. They are assessing you. So you don't need to be anything other than who you are. So that's me. Again, I don't know who needs this, but that's it. I hope this fashion of me in terms of going deeper, trying to help people, like, go guys, like, part of, maybe I'll end with this, is part of what I also shared with Clint afterwards is, hey Clint, even for you, like, the landscape, let's go grab the land, like not the social, more like the thought leadership landscape is open. If you have ideas, if you think differently, the world is now open to hearing you, hearing your sound, your uniqueness, your unique sound just as you are. That's going to be my wrap up. Like, in the previous world, maybe the reason people weren't showing up as they are was they felt the world wasn't ready for them. Right? Like, the world wasn't ready for your awesomeness. Now is your time. Now, this moment is you, baby girl, baby guy, whatever. This moment is for us. No better time to be African and to associate and embrace the full Africanness, diaspora, whoever. Like, show up as you are. Like, African women, we are powerful. We are dynamic. We show up. We are tough. Tough in the sense of we challenge head on. We challenge status quo. We seek collaboration. We seek community. We always think it could be better. And we kick ass. We do. So the world needs that today more than ever, right? So go kick some butts. Go show up in those rooms as you are, with knowledge, with influence, with your power. Okay? Thank you, my dear. The world is ready for you. Absolutely. Like, we have that spice. The spice. See me wearing yellow in the middle of winter. Like, the snow outside is like piled up. I'm like, no, I'm going to brighten. This is me. In fact, I had some necklace that had all kinds of colors on it. I was like, no, that's too much. They may not. So you may not know, I'm also into fashion and all of those things. But I was like, my necklace, that's what I wear. Like, my yellow. Nobody can wear color more than an African. The spiciness of our food, our passion, we are loud, we get our message out there. I know there are times we have to work with our internal knots, figuring things out. But guess what? When you do that internal work and you show up bright, you bring smile to people, that's who we are. That's who we are, and the world needs that. So don't dampen, don't try to hide in your gray suits, and which is fine. There are days if I wear gray, you see my lipstick will be more loud. Like, you see some type of color, in a way. So please brighten your day. As Africans, we love color. We show up. We're not afraid in red. We do all of that. If you look at our fabrics, the African print, we make sense of nonsense. Our fabrics. Have you seen African prints? They don't make sense. Those colors should not work together. Like, honestly, but when we put it, we make it work. That's funny. Like, honestly, have you seen the colors of our fabric and the actual care and everything? We just put purple, blue, yellow, and then we make it work. It looks good. No. If I do some of the Caucasian face, like, I can't wear that. It won't look good on me. That's what they say. Which is true. It only look good on us. Like, we make sense out of nonsense. On another note, I hope it will be funny. Maybe it's funny, maybe it's not. It's expensive joke. But in the context of Donald Trump politics, I say, now you know what Africa has been facing. I don't know why I'm talking like this today. So, I was like, hey, you don't know we've been operating on that craziness for a long time. Welcome. Okay, that's why I say it's an expensive joke. But I'm like, that's just a taste of how somebody can mess up your thinking faculty just by insulting everybody every day. I was like, that's what a lot of African countries have been dealing with, Just think about what's going on, with election now. You're in your house. So, oh gosh, that's another craziness, right? But anyway, I in a sarcastic way, I'm like, that's why you have to, leadership is important. In all of these things we're talking about, leadership is important. Absolutely important. It can change lives. Economically, it can go up or down, and years of it messes things up. It's just an abuse, not just of power, but on resources, on people. And that's another conversation entirely. But at the end of the day, we only have, let's commit to being that leader that cares about people, that manages resources well, that we commit to serving mankind. We know what's good. Let's also work hard to be that, and walk away from all of those craziness that people have inherited across the landscape. And I think the future is going to be better when new leadership emerges and those leaders are willing to do what it takes to step into that responsibility. Thank you, my dear. Adisa, thanks. BZS Collections, thank you. Juliet, my dear, I really appreciate you. Thank you. Everybody go check out Cake Flair. Amazing cakes in Lagos, Nigeria. Shout out to you, my dear. You're doing it. You're doing the work. You're grinding. You're showing up. You're employing. You're pushing. You're not just satisfied with today. You're creating the future. So I celebrate you, my dear. God bless you. That's it. And maybe, Juliet, you're the one that totally changed today. Usually I sneak into Instagram like, hi, I'm Tony, blah, 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 blah. And then I run out. Because I'm like, Instagram, I'm, anyway. But good to be here today. And I hope this, whatever I shared, I hope you take one or two things from me. You don't have to take everything. It's not for everybody, but hopefully one or two things. Okay. Thank you. God bless. Check us out. I have my membership platform. We're doing work, doing things. We have this Friday, we're having our network meeting because it's not just connecting online through DMs. I'm getting people face to face to know each other, connect. Because I'm saying, hey, show up. Those opportunities you're looking for is just a network away. It's just a network away. The buyer, the seller, the distributorship, the whatever it is, the grants, the appointments, the clients, all of those things, they're just a network away. So I'm kind of forcing my people, like show up. Events, show up, talk. Like that's going to get that engine, because business transactions is human, right? The other person on the other side of that transaction is human. So you need to get to know them. They need to get to know you as well. So personal branding is something I also work on really. In fact, you need to go watch my video, because in one of those videos, I reminded Clint, like when I was leaving corporate to start my own business, I created TonyMeziri.com at that time. It's evolved now. But the first version, I sent it to Clint years ago. I was like, Clint, what do you think? I reminded him today. I was like, do you remember what you said? He said, no. I said, I remember. You said, Tony, this website looks good, but I don't know, you didn't spell out your services. Like, what can you do for me? And since then, I've always thought about that. Like, having glossy, nice website is not it. You have to speak from your potential client standpoint. So that was one of the biggest lessons. Like, again, I keep saying clean, like, that's what your network will do for you. They'll give you direct feedback. Like, they won't let you go astray, Like, they'll pull you back, like, sit down, like, what are you doing? That's not the right, they'll pull you, and I don't know why I'm about to go, but there's something else that is coming up that I'm feeling maybe I need to deliver before going as well. Your network will fight for you. I remember one of my mentors, which is what I feel I need to share again, is even though I'm trying to exit, I remember he wanted to make an introduction for me to one of like very influential woman. She's now, last I checked, she was the CEO now of White House Black Market, but she used to be an EVP at Walmart. No. She used to be in charge of Walmart Canada. Something. She's just right up there. So my VP, mentor, sponsor wanted to introduce me to her. Like, you need to go talk to this lady. So he was like, but how do I introduce you? Tony, can you write something up about yourself? And then I'll write like a cover letter and I'll shoot it away. So here's the other thing. Make sure that you're giving your network and your sponsor something laudable to present on your behalf, meaning they're proud of you. Okay? Because when they start using their network to introduce you, they will not introduce half-baked goods. Because it ties back to their own reputation as well. It's like in the marketplace, they also have a reputation to protect. So they're only going to bring the best to the best, right? So I'm not just saying go build your network and start talking to people and demanding things of those people. Okay, maybe I need to bring that. I've pushed you. Let me now bring you back to reality to say, at the end of the day as well, packaging, your brand story, your story is what people will use to describe you. So that's one example. There's another example coming to my mind to share because I don't know what. Maybe somebody needs this. I was invited to speak at a Christian small gathering event, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I didn't ask more. I didn't ask anything. I just showed up. Okay? I just showed up. I sat down. It was a panel thing. I just sat down. I was like, okay, this is Tony. I'm here. I'm at your service. Next thing, to introduce me, and this has happened to, a few times, to introduce me, the panelist, the moderator, picked out a paper. I started reading, Tony Umesiri is this, and she's this, and I was this. I said, who told you that? She's this, she's this, that. I said, where did you get that from? Turns out, the person went to my website and copied everything I wrote out there. I was like, wow. In that moment, what I realized is that it's your duty to dictate what people should call you. I'm trying to find the perfect way to say it. Like, it's your responsibility to give people the right words to use in describing you. Like, it's not their words. Like, they are not even journalists, they need a press release, and they usually copy a press release and they feature. Like, nobody's got time to be doing 2 days of research just to know your story, right? Give them your story, make it easy. So if you go to Toyin Umesiri, you can quickly read Toyin Umesiri is this, she's that, she was here, she's here, this is what she's about. Boom. So anytime now people say, oh, Toyin, do we have a profile? Do you have I'll just say, go to this website, go and copy and paste. Like, I've done the work for you. That's another thing you need to watch out if you've not done that. So I'm just giving people tricks of the trade. So when people tell a story that is not true, half of it is you've not told them the right truth about you. So spend time defining the truth about you, your work, and I tell you, people will be copying and pasting that thing. Make sure your headshots, anybody that wants to write things now, everything they need to write the story, I've done the work for them. And that's the power of also press release, like realizing that everybody's not a journalist. And even a journalist, they've not got time spending 45 minutes researching you because they want to feature. Make it easy for your sponsors, for those who want to feature your story, for those who want to share your great work. Make it extreme. Let there be no friction, right? Last, I don't know again who needs this, but the last one I'll say, I've said last so many times, but I'm sensing a different type of hunger today, but make it easy for people to find you. I remember there was a lady that reached out to me through Instagram, and she said, Tony, I was in the UK, I was watching my TV, and then flick, I saw you on Fox Africa talking. I was like, whoa, I need to connect with this person. Okay, here's the thing. The person saw me on TV. The world we're living in, the people we used to see on TV, do you know how to get them? We didn't know how to get them. She went on, and I don't know if she's watching here, but all she did is she took my name, posted it on Google, and later she told me, after she DM'd me, she said, Toyin, you were so easy to connect with. And that's another rule of networking. You can do all the work, but you have to be accessible. Sometimes people are living behind high walls. You see them, and people have told me this before, like they go to events, they see all these big women and da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da, right? And then when they finish their conference, they're like, I can talk to you. You're not my level. Who are you? If you're not a bank manager or a minister, you're not relevant to me. They forget that the high school student of today, in 5 years' time, or in 8 or 10 years' time, guys, if you're thinking long term, you look at somebody's age, they're 21 today, give them 5 years now, they're going somewhere. The people that didn't do right, the people that supported me when I was a student, today, we're here together. I love on them. I cherish them, because when I was a struggling immigrant trying to get my bearing, they showed up for me. Showed up big time. You think I won't honor them years later, 14 whatever years later? I hold them like that. That's another thing you have to watch out for. Whether you're the receiver or you're the giver. You may see that 21, give them 4 or 5 years. They are the ones running the show in the future. And I think that's one of the problems of the older generation today. They are holding so tight to power and influence because they didn't serve. They know that when they give it away, the next generation will wipe them out. They will be forgotten. Which kind of legacy? Their names, they have gone. And you know why? Because they didn't invest in that generation. Because the generation you invest in would put you on a pedestal, will celebrate you. They will put a monument in your name and your honor. They will name streets after you. They will do great things for you. But this generation of whoever, the reason they are still holding on to power is because they know when that power is gone, they are also gone. No, but today you talk about Awolowo, you talk about this. Why? Because the work they were doing, they were about creating a better future for the next gen. They weren't just all about themselves. You think if they were all about themselves, anybody would remember their name? No. Right? No. So the world works in interesting ways. It knows how to, if you give, you take. If you don't give to the next generation, they are putting eraser. The generation is already ready to wipe that name out. You know how many names will be wiped out? From history book. Nobody will even remember anything about them. Why? Because it was all about them. Everybody's saying this today. There's some big names. I won't even say any name. They're like this. When that person is gone, they are gone. You know why? So, again, I don't know. I totally just ratted. I don't know why I'm going this way. But anyway, those are the things that govern what I do and the way I do it. Because I've engaged with the biggest players. They're the most down to earth. They're the most accessible. They're the most genuine. They're almost childlike in a way. But then you see other people, they're like, stop. I'm like, whoa. No. And I can recognize that from a mile. I was like the real dynamic, independently wealthy people. I'm telling you, they're the sweetest, kindest. Even today with Clint was like, Tony, what can I do for you? I'm like, Clint. Tony, was that okay? What do you want me to say? I'm like, Clint, you're a gem. And thank you for just modeling that type of behavior for me, because it's a big reminder. Because a lot of times when I left that community, I get tempted to close up. Because when you start engaging with different people, you don't see that reciprocity. I don't see that reciprocity. The way I show up for my community with the things that I do, they're like, people look at me and like, what's she about? She's wasting her time. Why are you even doing all of this work? But today for me was just a reminder of why I do what I do, and connecting back to my previous life of the simplicity, the amazingness of where I'm coming from, and just a reminder to just hold on to that mindset of abundance and generosity in my approach, because that's what I strongly believe in, even though out here I don't see people practice it. but I'll keep pushing, you know, and hopefully you join me. So thank you again. Oh wow, I just scrolled up and I saw I've been missing comments. You see, I'm still learning this Ungo Zegu. I apologize profusely for that. Hello there, please can I have my email so I can send you back some ancestry I produce in Nigeria for export? They're amazing, Afrocentric, quality as no con. I agree. In fact, I wish I could grab. Is this going to be the day I'll do this? I don't know why I'm. Hold on. So I don't know if this is going to break, but I think it's worth taking the risk. Okay. Okay, let me do this. You guys asked for it, so give me a moment. I'm doing this for you. Ngozin Zegu. This is for you. Totally for you. Hold on. I'm back. I'm having my just for you. This is for you. Let me tell you a story. This story is for you, my dear. And all the people, and I'm messing. Just for you. I'm doing all these messy things, but it's worth it. Maybe somebody needs to hear this today. Let me show you. This is the essence of the work that I do. Okay. Here is one of my shoes. This is the story. Ungozi Zegu. This is, you said they are amazingly Afrocentric. Quality has no country of origin. I agree with you, and I'm trying to prove it, and I'm trying to encourage you that you are heading in the right dimension. I'm trying to get you to say yes, 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 go. This is a Coach shoe. Everybody, do you know Coach, the designer? I love nice things, trust me. But every time I look at this shoe, I think of Abba. My people in Abba. I say, you know, it's suede, yes. But my Abba people, you can do this. But you know how much I paid for this? Money. Abba. So, Abba can do this like that. But the branding and the marketing people, you see, Coach and their emblem. Okay? So, quality knows no territory. I trust my Nigerian people. They will do this like in their sleep, but distribution. See, I don't know who needs this, but again, I'm pushing really hard. This, me, I like nice things. Finishing is the problem. Finishing. Because even me, I have my own lipstick brand that I'm using, okay? So even because I come from the retail space, just because you send me something, I'm going to look at it so closely. If your finishing is not on point, oh boy, oh girl, don't come on. Let's work on that finishing first. So that's my challenge. I totally believe you. Creativity, abundant. Raw talent, abundant. Abundant. That's what informs the work I do. I believe in Africa. I believe in Africans. Your productivity, your creativity is like on point. Okay? But here's my challenge. Finishing. Branding. Okay, because what I would not use, I would not market. I would not put out there, because that's just the truth, and that's why people say, "Oh, we are ready, we're ready." I'm like, you still have work to do. That's why I teach. That's why I coach, because I know what my taste is and I know where we're going. Right? You can do it. Work on finishing. Okay, that's my challenge, is that the market is here, and the finishing is for real. This is a planner that came from Egypt. I work with Afro-Exim Bank, and they send me this, right? So this is pure leather, one of the biggest banks. So this is produced in Africa and it was mailed to me for Egypt. See, so look at the finishing. Can you see the finishing? Even better than even better than it's a planner. See, I don't know why I'm talking like this. I'm putting all my business out there. This is this year. The same thing, this was last year. Made in Africa. Okay? Can you see that? This is last year. Can you see that? Finishing. Let's do this work, guys. And let's take it global. This was made in Africa, I believe. Because, see, you know what? The person included their business card because it was made for the biggest bank, right? See, no lie. And the company included their card, and I kept it that way. Even for over a year, I kept it in here because I was truly impressed. See the finishing. I don't know why I'm saying this today. Whoever needs to hear it, work on your finishing, the market, and we can help you market it. So yes, show me your product, but I care about finishing, okay? And I trust my people. Let's work on our finishing and we can help distribute and get it out there to the world. That's the story we need to tell. So I did this for you. Ngozinzegu, unplanned, raw, direct. Yes, send me what you have. DM me. We'll work on that. But I'm very particular, as you can see. What I would not wear, I would not market. I would not put on my platform. That's why I'm training people. We have SMEs on our platform that we're saying, let's get ourselves out there to the world. It's your responsibility to tell people who you are. Make it easy for people to find you. Yes, key rule of networking, make yourself accessible. Yes, thank you for the love. Please like, comment. I don't know how I really don't understand Instagram, but if that would allow other people that need to see it, please love, like, push it out there. Distribution, finishing, yes. Thank you. So please let's work on our finishing. The world is ready. This is made in Africa. I love it. I mean, see, outside is finished leather, inside a little bit raw, See colors. I told you guys earlier that we can do color. Can you see it? It almost matches with my color. Oh, I love you guys. I love Africa. I love Africans. I totally do. I'm telling you. Whew, I believe in you guys so much. I am one. I believe in me. I believe in you. We are one. We are ready. Let's rock and roll. And I'll try again to end. I'll try again to end. And I'll leave this video out there. I think it's probably the best so far because you guys drew so much from me. I usually just come and say hi, hello, and I run away. Thank you. God bless you all. Please, if you watch this afterward, drop a comment, DM. I'm here for you. Like I left corporate. I even talked about it today. I left corporate because you are the future. Africa is the future. And at Nazaru, this is it. We're here for you. We're building for you. We're making opportunities available. This is the essence of my work, and you can see how excited I just got showing you my thinking is like this shoe totally Abba-able. It's Abba-able. If you know Abba, it's the China manufacturing hub it's like the China of Nigeria. It's like you take that thing in there, they would make it for real. But finishing, branding is the key.